In the previous presentation, we looked at subject relative pronouns. Here is an example for review. In the second sentence, the word he is the subject. When we make an adjective clause out of this information, we use the word who to connect it to the first sentence, the main clause. In the next example, however, the word him is not the subject, but rather the object of the sentence. Therefore, when we make the adjective clause, we are going to use the word whom. Whom will describe a person who is in the object of the sentence, the object position. Informally, people will say who for subjects and objects when they are relative pronouns. Let's look at another example. I enjoyed the movie. It was on HBO last night. In the second sentence, it is the subject. When we go to make the adjective clause, that becomes the subject relative pronoun. In the next sentence, however, I enjoyed the movie. You recommended it to me. It is the object because we already have a subject, you. When we go to make the adjective clause, we come up with I enjoyed the movie that you recommended to me. And now that is an object relative pronoun. In the adjective clause, we have a subject, you, who does the verb recommend, and the object, that, which receives that action. Be careful. You cannot repeat the pronoun in the adjective clause. I enjoyed the movie that you recommended to me. We already have the word that as our object, so we don't repeat the pronoun it. If you remember from the previous presentation, we said that you can use that or which to begin the adjective clause. In this case, I enjoyed the movie. You recommended it to me. You can say, I enjoyed the movie that you recommended to me. You can say, I enjoyed the movie which you recommended to me, and they both mean the same. In the case of object relative pronouns, you can even leave it out. I enjoyed the movie you recommended to me. Notice, we didn't use any relative pronoun. Our adjective clause has the subject you and the verb recommended, but it does not have an object relative pronoun. So all three of these adjective clauses have the same meaning. Let's practice. Read the sentence, identify the relative pronoun, and then decide if it's a subject or object relative pronoun. Number 1. The students presented the topics which the teacher required. The relative pronoun is which, and it's an object relative pronoun. The teacher required it, the projects. Number 2, government officials who take bribes will lose their jobs and face criminal charges. Relative pronoun, who, and it's a subject. It does the action take. Number 3, a big difficulty that many immigrants face is learning the new language quickly. The relative pronoun, that, and it's the object. Many immigrants face. Number 4, college students who have to work often have a lot of stress. The relative pronoun, who, and it's the subject of the adjective clause. Number 5, the tax that the government put on cigarettes should go to health care. The relative pronoun, that, and it's an object relative pronoun. The government put that tax, that, on the cigarettes. Number 6, the students whose homework was not finished will stay after class. In this case, our relative pronoun whose is the possessive form combination with the noun homework, and it's the subject of the adjective clause. Number 7, after the revolution, the people had financial problems which affected the entire population. The relative pronoun which, and it's the subject. It affected the entire population. And finally, number 8, the archaeologists were surprised by the bones that they found in the desert. The relative pronoun that, and it's an object relative pronoun. They found, that is, the archaeologists found the bones. So bones is the object, the thing they found. To sum up, the adjective clause will tell you if the relative pronoun is in the subject or object position. Ask yourself, does the relative pronoun do the action or receive the action? I enjoyed the book that you gave to me. You gave me the book. That, so it's the object. Remember, don't repeat the pronoun it. If the object is a person, use whom for formal English. Mandela was a man whom world leaders respected. In that case, the relative pronoun whom is the object. World leaders respected him. In the next sentence, Mandela was a man who fought against injustice. Who is the subject relative pronoun? He fought against injustice. We often drop the object relative pronoun from the sentence. The students enjoyed the film the teacher showed in class. That has the same meaning as the students enjoyed the film that the teacher showed in class, or the students enjoyed the film which the teacher showed in class.